Alright guys, I'm down here in between this semi and this fence, trying to keep the wind down. We're getting a little bit of wind from that hurricane on the east coast, but I had someone wanted to see this one. This is a 78 Cutlass Supreme. This one came in with this Ford Custom here, and also it came with a tractor. The tractor was trash. We ended up selling it. The head was off of it. It's good for parts, had a lot of good parts left on it, but it wasn't runnable without actually putting some work into it, and we just don't have time. But this here is a Olds Cutlas Supreme. I'm not a big fan of this body style. I like the back half of it, but the new front end they put on them I wasn't a big fan of. Taillights look good. The bottom of this car is completely rusted away. When I went to pick this thing up, there was no hook points, or well, it's sitting so far down in the dirt I couldn't get a J-hook around the rear axle, so I had to hook it into a frame pocket, and when I went to winch it up, it literally ripped the frame in half. So the bottom of this car is completely gone. The only reason I'm really saving it is we do sell columns out of these cars and the rims. For some odd reason, we do sell a lot of these old 5-spoke steel rims. So that's pretty much the only reason I'm keeping it around right now. It'll be a while before we ever get rid of it. Once if scrap ever goes back up, we'll probably send this one through. But for right now, we're just gonna hang on to it. But this is a 5 of 78, so could be 78 or a 79. It's right in that middle year, but it was red with red interior. The old man who owned it, he ended up passing away, and they were just cleaning up around the house. The seats look pretty good considering this window's been down for years and years. The last time it was actually registered was in 2005 here in North Carolina. It does not have a key. I don't know what was wrong with it. It's showing 48,541 miles. It's probably 148. It could possibly be 48, but if I ever inventory a vehicle like this and it has the 5-digit odometer like this one does, I usually put 148,000. I try and be realistic. It could be 48,000 and someone could be getting a good deal on a drivetrain, but I try and be as honest as I can on stuff, and if I don't honestly know, I always tack on 100,000 on it. I gotta be careful because we've had a lot of wasps lately, so with this window being down, they could be hiding in here. But it is an automatic on the column. Like I said, it does not have a key. The steering wheel's cracked and splitting. This is just a standard column. It's not a tilt. Regular radio. It's got heat and AC. I'll have to see if it's actually got air conditioning or not. Manual windows, which I guess I can roll this one up. All right, it works. Try and save the interior in case someone wants something. I'm not gonna inventory this car like I usually do on the rest of the vehicles. This one I'm just gonna sit back here in the corner of the lot, and if someone comes in asking for something, I'll try and remember it's back here. I've already sold the coolant reservoir bottle off of this thing. A guy came in needing a coolant bottle for his. I'm actually surprised the trunk is as solid as what it's looking to be like. I mean, that is pretty solid. Let's see how the spare tire pocket is. Yeah, that's solid too. I'm impressed. I did not realize that floor was that solid. I know the frame is definitely gone, and the bottom of the doors and the bottom of the quarter panels are gone. I think this has a crap, I forget what it is. It's a 290, I think is what it is. 260 cubic inch. Yeah, the coolant recovery bottle's right here, and it's already gone. So this is just a smaller V8. I guess this was one of the more common motors they put in them. The gentleman who came and bought the washer reservoir, or I'm sorry, the coolant reservoir, he actually had the same motor that's in this one in his other car, but one of his relatives blew it up, so he put a small block 350 in it, which is probably what I would do. You can get a whole lot more parts cheap for that. It's got power wipers, just a standard. It does have air conditioning. So you got your AC pump here, and it's probably locked up. Yeah, it's locked up. It's been sitting a while. Amazingly, it still has the radiator in it. That's surprising for how long it's been sitting. It made it through that high scrap price, so it survived. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of the front end on these cars. I like the older ones a little bit better. They started going modern on this nose cone. I don't really like it, but there are people out there that do. There's nothing wrong with that. So I figured I'd show you guys this one. If you know anybody who's close by who needs these parts, we have one. Like I said, it won't be online. You won't be able to see it, but you can always call us or see if we have it. And if we don't have it, we can always help you find it. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.